Hi Libra, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your August 2021 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic cross spread as always, and I also put an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So, let's see what we get. Okay, we have Mercury. So Mercury actually is going to be I'm pretty sure it's going to be in Leo for the first couple weeks, and then it's going to move into Virgo, so your 12th house. So 11th house, and then eventually your 12th house. We have Cancer, so this is actually your 10th house of career and social status. And we have 10, so same thing. So yeah, you guys could have a lot of focus around your career, social status this month. A lot of communication with friends as well, and possibly even some internal thoughts, given that it'll move into the 12th. So with that in mind, we'll move on to the main spread. And the main situation position, we have the Three of Cups. So this is actually Cancer energy here, so we already see that 10th house energy pop up for you guys. So this could just be saying you might be celebrating some success around your career. This could also just be saying that you might be reconnecting with friends in general, though. It doesn't necessarily mean that there was a career achievement necessarily. It could just be reconnecting with people, possibly because you've been putting a lot of energy into your career. Maybe this is actually going to be a little bit of time you get to take away from that to reconnect with friends, possibly even siblings, family members you haven't seen in a while. But either way, definitely a pretty positive, solid, celebratory energy. Alright, in the Challenger obstacle position, we have the Hermit. So this is the major arcana card for Virgo, which is often a sign associated with work. So, again, could be that same theme where, like I said, maybe you guys have just been putting so much energy into your careers lately that you haven't been able to connect with friends for a while. So it could be one of those things. It might even be where they want you to come meet up with them. Hey, Libra, we haven't seen you in a while, right? But you could just still be so focused on your goals that you're not really ready to come out yet. Mars in your 12th house can do that too. So Mars will be in Virgo pretty much all of August and for at least the first week or two of September. So it could just be one of those things too, where energetically you're just not feeling like getting out and about very much. Alright, in the foundation position we have the Four of Pentacles, which is Capricorn energy, King of Cups, Scorpio energy, and the Fool. So yeah, to me, again, this shows that you've probably been in this introverted type of energy for a bit, given that this is 4th house energy and Scorpio 2nd house energy for you guys technically, but still I feel like this is a bit more of an introspective, introverted energy there too. And then we see the Fool. So yeah, for a lot of you, I feel like it's more of that situation where even if you are currently still really wrapped up in things around your career, I feel like this is saying at some point you will actually make the decision to come out and reconnect with people that you hadn't seen for a while. For some of you, it could have just been that you're really saving up for things as far as, obviously we see the Pentacles there, and then we also see 2nd house energy for you guys. So could have been that too. Maybe you're just saving up for possibly a big investment you were looking to make, possibly even a home, given that that's 4th house energy for you guys, and maybe you've gotten to that point where you feel comfortable with what you saved, and now you're actually going to go out and reconnect with people. Alright, in the past position, we have the Queen of Wands, which is Aries energy, and the Eight of Wands, Sagittarius energy. So that's your house communication right there. And then with the Aries energy, that's your opposite sign of partnerships, relationships, contracts. So yeah, could just be saying that maybe you guys had a lot of energy toward a romantic connection too. So that could have been, that's another thing that tends to bring people away from their friends a bit, right? If you're just putting a whole lot of energy into a romantic connection. But beyond that, let me see what else comes to mind with this. Again, it could just be that same vibe, though, where you guys were just putting so much energy into something, because the Aries energy is very much get up and go, right? But yeah, with the communication, I feel like this is saying you might have been a lot more communicative in the past, but for whatever reason, maybe you withdrew a little bit, again, probably because you had some goals in mind, and now you're looking at reconnecting. I mean, she's even looking right toward the Three of Cups too. So yeah, maybe you had that awareness that, hey, I haven't seen these people in a while. I'd like to see them again. But you're like, all right, let me get through this. What I need to focus on for the time being, then I'll reconnect when I'm done with it. In the present position, we have the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Cups, which is Pisces energy, Two of Swords, which is Libra energy, and the Five of Cups, Scorpio energy. All right, so here we see the Ace, and the Knight is also an actual energy of movement, taking action. But then we see the Two of Swords and the Five of Cups. All right, so, well, this is sixth house energy for you guys, so it can be around work. Maybe you had a work opportunity, or possibly more than one, and you were just trying to decide between the two, and it's possible you guys might have waited too long for an opportunity and actually ended up missing out. If that's the case, I feel like this is saying that there will still be more opportunities to come. So obviously, you might be disappointed that maybe you did take a bit too long to decide, right? Again, like I said, having so much focus on your 10th house. See what else comes to mind with this. And, to be fair, maybe this is even given that we do see the Three Cups build here, whereas obviously in the actual Three of Cups, it's a much different energy. This could just be saying that, maybe this is you guys coming to that realization, right? Again, with that energy, for you guys, Pisces energy is sixth house, right? Being so focused on that and realizing that, hey, I've been missing opportunities to connect with people, right? If we think of that representing the Three of Cups there. So, and I do have to say with the Two of Cups behind them too, like I was saying, for some of you, it wasn't work that drew you away from your friendships, but possibly a romantic connection. So either way, it looks like there could be some regret there, and that might actually be what brings you back around to reconnect with these people, coming to that realization like, wow, I've been so focused on other things here. I've kind of lost contact with my friends, right? So it could just be one of those situations. I mean, of course, that's kind of natural too for August, with the sun being in Leo, of course, which is your house of friendships. There's that desire to want to reconnect, right? So perfectly normal. All right, in the near future position, we have the Star. So this is actually the major arcana card for Aquarius. So fifth house energy for you guys here. So you might feel like your creativity is being resparked as well. As far as this goes, this is the card that comes after the Tower. So if you guys have been a bit withdrawn because you might have went through a Tower moment recently, could just be saying you're coming out of that. But yeah, it looks like this is a bit of a course correction, and it looks like you guys are going to be moving in the right direction. Keep an eye out for, at the time of recording this, we haven't had the first full moon yet in Aquarius, but there's two full moons in Aquarius this year, one at the very beginning of Leo season, and then there's going to be one toward the end. So just keep an eye out for those full moons for some insight on how to move forward too. All right. In the position of your influence in a situation, we have the Devil. So Capricorn energy here. So of course for you guys, that's your fourth house, but traditionally speaking, Capricorn energy represents the 10th house. So again, could just be saying you guys have just been so focused on career that you've kind of, had that tunnel vision and might have let other areas of your life fall by the wayside in the meantime. For others of you, though, this could just be saying that maybe you've had to devote a lot of your time to your families as well. So, that could have been another reason you were being pulled away, or possibly even just traditional beliefs that you might have grown up with might be what you're bound to in a certain way, right? Where you're just like, okay, I have to do this, right? I have to focus on these goals. I have to do things a certain way. And you're just kind of going with that and possibly reevaluating if that still fits for you in your current life or not. And for some of you, this can be around possibly shaking some addictions as well. So, for example, maybe your friends want you to come out drinking, and maybe you're trying to get past that, right? Like, yeah, I don't really want to get in that environment anymore. Maybe you're trying to put it behind you, but, they could be a bit persistent. So that could be what that disappointment is there too, with that Five of Cups energy, where you're trying to put that behind you. But you feel like that's pretty much all your friends want to do. I feel like that'd be for a much smaller percentage of you, but I did kind of feel that coming through too. So hopefully that resonated with someone out there. All right, in the environment position, we have Temperance, which is the major arcana card for Sagittarius. The Queen of Cups, which is Cancer energy. And the Eight of Cups, which is Pisces energy. So we see Temperance, Sagittarius, the third house of communication, and we did see Mercury pop up with your dice, so that represents communication there. And then we see the Queen of Cups energy. We did get that Cancer and 10th house coming up in the dice as well. And then with the Eight of Cups, that's 6th house for you guys. So for some of you, you can't actually just be leaving a job behind. It's certainly a possibility. Maybe this is something that you've kept under wraps for a bit. You might have given it a lot of thought. But this could be you guys communicating that, hey, you know what? I'm not really feeling fulfilled in my current job, so I think I'm going to be leaving it behind, right? Could just be one of those situations there. And possibly because you've actually been juggling 2 jobs too, right? We do see the 2 cups there. So maybe it's one of those things where maybe you had your own business going and then you had your more traditional job. And maybe your own business has grown to a point where you could kind of leave that one behind. So that's certainly one way that could be playing out. See if there's anything else. And this can be around relationships too. Maybe if you feel like there's a disconnect there, you might be leaving a connection behind to seek something more fulfilling. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to assume this is a hope. And of course, that could be what's driving you, right? That desire for that stability. Could be what's driven you to this point to where you have had such a focus on your goals and, maybe. And in this regard, sometimes when I see this Ten of Pentacles card, I mention to people that, we make that assumption that this is a family, but sometimes I see it a different way where we see the older man there where we assume those pentacles are all his, right? And then he's looking at the younger couple. And it could just be one of those cautionary things where someone dedicated pretty much their whole life to work. And then, maybe you get to that point, you reach that level of success, but then you might have those what ifs, right? Like, what if I chose to have a family instead of just putting so much energy into work? So it could just be one of those things, too, where you might be reevaluating that. But that's what I'm seeing there. All right. In the outcome position, we have the Nine of Cups. So pretty solid way to end. Between this and the Star card, which are both very similar energies, vibrationally speaking, looks like whatever the bumps are on the road here, looks like you guys are going to end up feeling pretty good about yourselves by the end of the month. So, whether you do decide to take people up on their offer to go out, or maybe you decline it because, no, I'm really focused on my goal, I'm trying to save money, whatever the case may be. Looks like by the time we get to the end of the month, you're going to feel like all those decisions were made for a good reason. This is definitely an energy of contentment, and this is your 6th house, so there could definitely be, again, this could be another indicator of some success around your work lives and daily routines, possibly even your health. So pretty positive news there to see that in the outcome. And bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Pentacles, so this is actually Taurus energy, which for you guys is your 8th house. So that's around death, rebirth, intimacy, but also investments. So you could have just been, maybe second guessing, like, okay, like I was saying, where maybe you're leaving one job behind for another, one of those types of situations where you're looking at, okay, is the amount of energy, effort, time that I'm putting into this worth it, or should I seek another path? So I feel like that could just be something that's on your mind in general this month. All right, moving on to your Oracle card. We have Time to Go. There's the artwork, and the number is 45. So let's see what we got. Okay, it says endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. So naturally, that definitely makes me think of that 8 of Cups energy we see in the environment. So for the majority of you, that is your energy in the environment position. The Oracle's message says you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. So definitely an interesting message there, and then that also reminds me of the fact that you guys also had the Fool card in the Foundation too. So yeah, you guys could definitely be making a leap in a new direction this month. The relationship message says it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. It doesn't mean anything is lost. Although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. So definitely a pretty interesting message there too, especially the part where it says if you want something deeper, walk away. That definitely calls back to that 8 of Cups energy we see in the environment, and we do see the 9 and the outcome. So looks like that would be the right move for some of you. All right, the prosperity message says the message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You finished your task and can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than any you can imagine. You have done all you can. Now trust that spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life. And remember that when you close one door, another opens. Okay, so yeah, it definitely stuck out to me when it says the more neutral concept of completion and that you finished your task, because that's what I was kind of saying for some of you that could be the case too, where you've just been so singularly focused on work, and then that 3 of Cups could represent you guys actually feeling like, all right, you've made the progress you were hoping for. Now you're actually going to be able to get out, reconnect with your friends. So hopefully that resonated with some of you as well. And lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So this is your mudra for the month. It's the Hamsi mudra, and the keyword for it is illumination. All right. And there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says removes obstacles in one's life, eases depression and sadness, evokes feelings of lightness and laughter, benefits the lungs and large intestine, improves assimilation of nutrients, and elimination of waste. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I will put it in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.